lot of articles that talk about Microsoft and possibly winning this holiday Christmas because they have Halo Infinite and they also have Forza Horizon 5, which is an incredibly strong title to have going into a holiday season. And I think that there's something here to this, but I also think there are some things that we have to think about, we have to talk about. And one of them is Game Pass itself. So Game Pass, it's this great thing. Everybody loves it. That's the narrative, but it also takes away the pomp and circumstance of these big releases. So Halo releasing, there were midnight releases. There was, they rented out billboards in Times Square. It was everywhere. It led to a lot of sales of consoles and a lot of sales of copies of the game. But now it seems like with Game Pass, on a Monday, there's no Halo. On a Tuesday, it drops and there's Halo. I'm not sure how that's going to translate into success with the masses outside of social media. There are a lot of people who aren't into this stuff that love video games. So they still have to find a way to translate Game Pass into some kind of marketable thing to the masses, not just to people who are interested in Game Pass. However, with the delay of Horizon Forbidden West, I think there's an opportunity here, and I think it's a big window for Microsoft, especially with two key titles in Game Pass. But they've got to, again, figure out a way to advertise it to the masses. People have to know that Halo's coming out, that it's coming out into Game Pass at 12:01 a.m. They can play Halo. Just pre-download it and let's go. They've also got Forza Horizon 5. Now, presumably they're going to have physical releases for both of these games. There may be collector's editions. Who knows? There's already a custom console. And of course, you can't get it anywhere now because of scalpers and bots. But there's that cool custom console. I think that looks really good. But I think the window is there for Microsoft this holiday season. But let's not forget, just because Horizon Forbidden West is delayed doesn't mean Sony doesn't have games. They've got Deathloop coming, which again is by Bethesda. Microsoft owns Bethesda, but it's an exclusive. They've got some really great looking mass appeal third-party exclusives like Kena Bridge of Spirits. So there are some things there keeping the demand for PlayStation high, and just PlayStation demand in general. The name alone, people are going crazy trying to get PlayStation 5, so much so that we know Sony changed some components to try and get ahead of production to produce more systems to get them out there. So I do think there's a window for Microsoft. I think Forza Horizon 5 will be stellar. I'm hopeful, cautiously optimistic about Halo Infinite. But again, both those games for the holiday, there's no denying that they've got the upper hand this holiday season. So what could Sony do this holiday to combat Microsoft? And if you think about it, they've got a few games of their own. Again, we talked about them. There are a few games like Deathloop coming out. I'm not too sure about Deathloop. Every time I see it, it just doesn't look like a game I'd want to play as a shooter. I'm more interested in story and progression. It looks like more of like a Returnal, like go on a run, try and do something, die, do it over again. But again, just because it's not for me doesn't mean it won't be successful. They could do something like custom consoles. Microsoft just did that with Halo Infinite. Why not do something with Spider-Man or Ghost of Tsushima or the Death Stranding Director's Cut? Something else they could do but probably won't is pass that saving along to the consumer that they got by swapping out that heatsink and reduce the price of a console. Have an official price drop for the holidays. An official price drop with a pack-in game like Ratchet and Clank. It's going to sell incredibly well. And I know it seems like a stretch to say that that would compete with Microsoft and Halo, but honestly it would, because PlayStation is a global brand. There are places where people just don't even care about Xbox. So if they saw a PlayStation with a reduced price and Ratchet and Clank in the box, or Spider-Man, or Ghost of Tsushima, or Death Stranding, something like that, they would have a very successful product to compete this holiday season. But again, it's always Microsoft's game to lose. It seems like they're always in these positions where everything comes together for them through no fault of their own, because they didn't want to delay Halo. But here we are now with that delay, with Forza Horizon 5 not having a delay, just the production and the development of that game being on time. They've got two games for the holiday season, the crucial first holiday season for these brand new systems. But these games have to be good. Now, Forza Horizon 5, I've said this before and I'll say it again. It's going to be a great game. It's a Forza Horizon game. So you know what to expect here. The real outlier is Halo. Halo has to be good, guys. It has to be good. Something else that I find very interesting, most of the people that are not into Halo single player but are into the multiplayer are saying things like, well, the multiplayer could be just good, and it's a games as a service, and there's an arc, and it really doesn't matter because the multiplayer is fire. But now you're seeing some of these poor decisions that 343 made kind of trickle down to the multiplayer. You have multiplayer with no experience. You have to commit challenges to get experiences while you're playing multiplayer. So imagine you're in a team deathmatch and you're fighting with your team against another team, but one of the challenges is to plant the flag. So not only are you fighting against another team, but conceivably you're going to have to fight with your own teammates to get the flag from them if they have it, to plant the flag to get the experience for yourself. And then we're going to have to solve the problem of getting the Xbox Series X and S out there in the wilds for consumers to purchase this holiday season. It's an ongoing problem. Production, the scalpers, the bots. People have got to be able to get out there and actually purchase the systems. Nobody's going to spend $1,500 to $2,000 for custom Halo Xbox Series X or just a regular Xbox Series S. Now, the Xbox Series S is readily available, more readily available. I'm seeing them in stores, and I'm seeing them all the time from the Xbox dashboard. Go to hardware, Xbox Series S. You can pre-order it, or you can order it, right from the dashboard, no problem. It's really the Xbox Series X that is the issue, and if they can figure that out, then I think this is the best time for them to try and eat away at that 10+ million lead that Sony has already. They're already outselling Xbox 2-1. So if Microsoft actually wants to compete this generation and have a chance, not just in North America, but in other parts of the world, these games need to be really good. Halo needs to hit hard, and the Xbox Series X problem of getting systems in stores to consumers needs to be solved quickly this holiday season. So let me know what you think about all the things we talked about. And remember, I'm going to give you my opinion that without trying to convince you to buy a system or to subscribe or to hit the like button and all that stuff. I'm going to give you an honest opinion. We're going to talk about things from soup to nuts. We're not going to leave anything out. That's what we do here on this channel. So that's why you want to subscribe, so that you can get a holistic approach to this stuff versus the professional fanboy channels that, again, are hugely successful. I know how to do it. It's just very boring to me to do that. So let me know what you think in the comment section below about Halo and about Forza. Do you think those two are an unstoppable duo this holiday season for Microsoft? Let me know what you think about Game Pass actually kind of negating the impact and the excitement around these big releases, because we're not having those midnight launches anymore. We're not having those, billboards purchased up in Times Squares, the countdowns, the lines. It's just simply a drop into Game Pass, and that's it. And let me know what you think about Xbox possibly solving their hardware problem, just getting them out there on store shelves this holiday for consumers to purchase. Think about sharing this video out on your favorite social media platform of choice. I would appreciate that. More people, more eyes. I don't have social media. It would help me. Think about hitting that like button at the very least, maybe even subscribing to the channel, and I will see you in the next video.